Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and we're going to be talking about the Houston Astros and talking about if they should be trading Jose Urquidy. And I'm really excited to talk about this because I did mention this in a potential video a couple days ago when I talked about potentially the Astros signing Trevor Bauer, which they should absolutely not do at all. But when I was talking about the Astros potentially signing Trevor Bauer, I did say that maybe they could claim Bauer, trade Urquidy for a center fielder, and I do not want the Astros to claim Trevor Bauer, but it would be very nice if the Astros maybe could trade one of their starting pitchers, because they have so many, have 6 starting pitchers, trade one of their starting pitchers for a center fielder. And so that's what we're gonna talk about today. When I want to talk about this, I do want to say that that Jose the reason why you got to pick Jose Urquidy to be the pitcher of the trade. Obviously, you're not going to trade Valdez. Even though there's been talks about it, they're not going to trade McCullers. Hunter Brown and Christian Javier are the future. And as much as I'd maybe want Urquidy more than Garcia, I really don't see. I see the Astros wanting Luis Garcia more than they would Urquidy. Because I think Urquidy's a really good pitcher. I just think that Luis Garcia has a better future than Jose Urquidy does. The Astros were trying. They were shopping him last year at the trade deadline, so I think it's obvious he could be traded again. Now, the closer and closer we get to spring training, the less likely a trade will happen unless it happens at the deadline. I think that, now January 10th, spring training starts February 25th or 26th. I think that most likely a trade would not happen until I think when the Astros their case is different because this is a position that they need now, not really later. So this is something I could see them doing, but it would be in the next week or 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. So it'd be in the next week or two, and if it didn't happen in the next week or 2 or 10 days, I would say that a trade like that would not happen until the trade deadline, because I really don't see the Astros doing a trade, or any other MLB team, unless it's something really small, nothing big like this. Trading Jose Urquidy and getting something good in return is a big trade. So I don't see anything happening like that at the end of January. So nearing February, when a couple weeks before spring training starts. So what I will say is I think that there are a lot of places that I could see Urquidy going, and I prefer some other places than the others. And so it starts with the team that was linked back to him the last trade deadline last season, and that is the Chicago Cubs. It'd actually be amazing if the Astros could possibly get a deal done with the Cubs to land center fielder Ian Happ and get rid of Jose Urquidy, which it's not like Jose Urquidy is a bad thing, but by trading him, Hunter Brown and Christian Javier get to start more, and not only do they get to start more, but we finally have a center fielder. It might not be like the best center fielder, but Ian Happ is definitely better than Chas McCormick. Ian Happ is a good fielder, which I'm not saying Chas McCormick isn't, because he had that amazing catch in the World Series in Game 5. But so what I want to go over is the Astros being interested in Ian Happ last year, so that's why I go back to this trade and wonder if it could possibly happen. Ian Happ possibly coming to the Astros. The Cubs just signed Cody Bellinger. They have a bunch of other center fielders on their roster. And last year we were looking to get rid of Ian Happ, so I think definitely they'll find a way to, if not before the spring training starts, they'll find a way to do it at the deadline. And I think the Astros is one of the perfect teams to land Ian Happ. Way better stats than McCormick. McCormick had a 247 batting average for the Astros last season. Happ had a 271 this year. McCormick hit 14 homers, and Happ hit 17, not much more, but McCormick hit 44 RBIs, and Happ had 71 RBIs, which is 27 more than McCormick. So McCormick, beat him out. I mean, Happ beat him out. Ian Happ beat McCormick out on all three of those hitting numbers with home runs, RBIs, and batting average. And both are good defensive players as well. I think Chas McCormick would stay on the roster, be a good defensive player. My questioning about it is I don't know if Ian Happ for Jose Urquidy is enough. I think the Astros could maybe pull out maybe a reliever, not a good reliever, just like a decent reliever, not nobody good. I don't really know too much about the Cubs relievers to say who, but I think the Astros would probably receive Ian Happ and a reliever of some kind. So I don't really. That's my thoughts. I mean, the Cubs, they need some more starting pitchers. Trying to get rid of Ian Happ, and I think Ian Happ would be a great fit for the Houston Astros. Be better than Chas McCormick. Chas McCormick gets to stay on the roster, and then also not only that, but you do this deal, and you got McCormick on the roster still. You got Ian Happ, and you got about everybody in the lineup is a really good hitter besides Maldonado. But when Maldonado's hitting well, he's unstoppable. And even if he isn't hitting well, which he usually the time he isn't, he's still such a great defensive player. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about this potential deal. What I also want to say is the only other place I could potentially see Jose Urquidy getting traded to is the Pittsburgh Pirates, where the Astros have some interest for Brian Reynolds. I just don't know if I would want to see the Astros do this deal because not only do you have to give up Jose Urquidy, but you will have to give up a couple good prospects and receive for Brian Reynolds. So I'd rather have Ian Happ than Brian Reynolds when I'm only having to give up one player for Ian Happ and one more and an additional player, or on the other end I have to give up Urquidy plus some decent good prospects for the future. So it depends what the Astros would prefer. I think I would really, to be honest with you guys, I would kind of see that the Astros would probably be a deal that would be made at the trade deadline, probably in July. I just don't see a deal happening right now. I think that the perfect time for one of these deals to happen is in July. I know Chas McCormick is not the best fit for us at center field, but here's the thing, guys. I mean, we have such a loaded team where the point is where I think Chas McCormick could be the center fielder up to July, June, whenever the Astros make that trade, and then from then the rest of the season, Chas McCormick is the backup, and whoever they trade for, whether it's Ian Happ or it's Brian Reynolds, is the starter, and McCormick is their backup, and you get Jose Urquidy for most of the season as another starter, and then when you're getting into late in the season, you have a 5-man rotation because I'm assuming Hunter Brown and Christian Javier are playing amazing baseball. That's really it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this idea, and that's really it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.